welcome back to Sofia's Football Talk. I'm your host, Sophie, here to talk about the which ended up at the end being a more epic showdown. Started off quite flimsy, not so exciting, but ended quite nicely, especially as a girl who's a big fan of Inter as well. Forza Inter ended up with drawing at the end, but 2-2 with Bayern, but on aggregate, 1 4-3. And about to face Barcelona in the semifinal. I told y'all it was going to happen, but I did say it was not going to be smooth sailing. I did say that. And with Arsenal, I was hoping, praying, manifesting Real Madrid to get a remontada, to get a proper comeback. They fell short. Real Madrid, I'm very disappointed in y'all. Extremely disappointed with losing 2-1 today, 3-0 last week, 5-1 on aggregate. The only reason why I got a goal is because Saliba decided to be a bozo and not look behind his shoulder to see that Vinicius was ready to pounce. Pause. I'm disappointed in Real Madrid, but either way, I'm happy for Inter, but Inter kept me on my toes tonight. I was like literally, I don't even bite nails, but I was stressed. I was just sitting there and be like, please do not fumble this bag. I beg you, don't do what you did last season to Atletico Madrid. Don't do it. But we got it over the line. And I know I'm going to be hella stressed for tomorrow. So right now I'm just focusing on taking it all in. But yeah, before we talk about all of that, make sure that you give this video here a big thumbs up, because the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for new people to see and new people to react to, So let's get it. And indeed, subscribe as well. We are on the road to 10K subscribers this year, so let's make it happen. Whatever team you support, you're always welcome here. So yeah, and also consider becoming an SFT member. It's another way to support my YouTube channel, basically. So link is in the description box, also pinned in the chat. Hello, Rasmus, hope you're doing well. Fell short is a bit too complimentary of that usage display by Real Madrid. Fell short. That was basically, you know what, you're right. Fell short was more fitting for the teams yesterday, like Dortmund against Barcelona and Aston Villa against PSG. Today, yeah, they didn't. No. Real Madrid was symbolic. They did all this talk yesterday, the whole week, all this. It's embarrassing, the amount of clips. I was thinking, is this Real Madrid? One is enough, but they were doing so much. Vinny, social media was saying 9 o'clock tomorrow. Rodrigo's a lot of them were talking remontada in the dressing room. What remontada? What comeback? We saw nothing. I don't know what I saw, but it was atrocious. Atrocious. Big up Casper says, big up Arsenal sending them scrubs out. Big up. Hey. I mean, I was rooting for Real Madrid just because, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to root for Arsenal. I'm not going to. But Arsenal deserve it. Big up to. I can't sit there and hate on what Arsenal did tonight. They can definitely go ahead and win the whole thing. They've never won the Champions League before. This could potentially be their year. I won't. Bat an eyelid if they did. It will hurt. It will annoy me. I'll be very furious just because, I would like to still banter them. But in the matter of how they've beaten Madrid, 3-0 at the Emirates last week and 2-1 this time, which, to be fair, it could have even been 3-1 with Saka. By the way, big up Ravi. Saka. Okay, so let's, we here might as well dissect the game. So Saka got a penalty very early on in the first half. And he decided to do a panenka. I don't know why he decided to do it, but he decided to do a panenka. And remontada. 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 In the dressing room. What remontada? What comeback? We saw nothing. I don't know what I saw, but it was more fitting for the teams yesterday, like Dortmund against Barcelona and Aston Villa against PSG. Today, yeah, they didn't. No. And The Panenka, if you're going to do a Panenka, I feel like you got to do a Panenka in the middle. You can't do a Panenka on either side. You got to do it in the middle. Courtois went the right side. It ended up, he ended up saving it. Poor. Saka redeemed himself at the end, though. Luckily, he definitely redeemed himself at the end, but it definitely wasn't cute when he did all that. And then about 6 minutes later or so, 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes later, it was a penalty situation where Real Madrid was awarded a penalty, and it to me I felt like it was a penalty with how I think it was Rice grabbing onto Mbappe, but like looking more and more to it. Okay, it wasn't given at the end when the ref looked back at the footage. VAR called upon to the screen, said, Broski, you better look at this. I don't know. I'm just saying, I've seen penalties given for less before, but you know what? Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Either way, it was not given. And first half in both games, and we will talk about the Bayern game a little bit later in the stream. So make sure you're strapped in and like the video. But technically, in the first half, I'm not gonna lie, it was a boring half. It really was. I was saying like, yo, and yes, Rasmus, that regardless of whether or not that was a penalty, it took forever. It took so long that they had to add 7 minutes before we got halftime. 7 minutes, brother. 7 minutes to the point where, when the what should I say? When they went to halftime, it was already a few minutes left until Inter and Bayern was about to start again. I was like, what the hell is this? So many men. I was like yelling at the what is the technical? I hate this is why I really like that in the Premier League that we finally have gotten the automated offsides and stuff, because it's taken it goes a lot quicker. And I guess I get it for this maybe penalty. It just, I don't know what it was. They were looking at offside. It was too much. It was too much, and there was no fair. I don't know what it was, but they took too long to figure out whether or not that was a penalty. Way too long. So I was bored. Respectfully, I was very much bored of that indeed. Ashal Madrid, who indeed, if they want to give those sort of challenges as a penalty, each game would have at least 10 pens. I think that is a good point, Erasmus. That is a good point. Ravi and Mbappe did nothing. None of them did anything. None of them did really anything. Like, respectfully, I don't know, but none of them did anything. No, it was very boring. Second half is when the magic was kind of starting. You start to see a bit more, for sure. At least in mid second half. So Saka redeemed himself. He got himself a goal in the 65th minute, and hey, nice goal. Good to you. Mikel Merino assist. Come on, thought it was a nice attack. Where the goal was present in my opinion. So big up. And then 2 minutes later, like I said, a howler from Saliba. You're thinking, damn, could they? Surely not. Vini scores, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. In the 93rd minute, Martinelli scored along with the goalkeeper. Another assist by Mikel Merino. I'm not gonna lie. I put my hands up. I think Mikel Merino, we need to remember that Arsenal, they haven't been playing with striker for a while now. And even when they were playing with the striker, was the striker really good in Havertz? No. If this Arsenal team next season get a proper striker, yeah, they're gonna be a handful. They gonna be like if they get a Jokovic, yeah, it's gonna be long. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, imagine if they actually go ahead and win the Champions League, which I hope they don't. But let's say they do. Without the striker, that's insane. So I'm just saying, like, the role that Mikel Merino has been having as this striker, this false nine, like, he's done well. Assist for both of the goals. Like I gotta put my hands up and be like, yo, look, some of us was laughing at the beginning, thinking, nah. But the last few weeks, he showed up. To be fair, he scored last week. Now he's assisting for both of the goals. Declan Rice defensively was brilliant today. Showed up. A menace in that midfield, but Arsenal was defensively resolute. Bar the howler, of course, from Saliba, they didn't. They weren't struggling. Like they were comfortable, and it showed. And Madrid just had nothing to show up with. Nothing. Nada. It's mad how. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, Real Madrid got yes, of course you have like Mbappe's, you have the Vini, Rodrigo's, Bellingham, and stuff, but when you really look at that defense, yeah, you do have Rudiger, you have Asensio's, done well when maybe not as good this particular game, but David Alaba is a shell of himself since coming from after the injury. Vasquez on that right hand side ain't working. Left is it's not working. They need new fullbacks. They definitely, they can't just bank on Danny Carvajal being back. I think he's probably at some point they'll move him on, right? So if they end up getting a Trent Alexander-Arnold, respectfully, they'll still struggle defensively, but at least he'll add something when it comes to the attack, right? And it was hella laggy. I was just looking and thinking, yeah, they just got run riggeds. When they were trying to go forward, they were just met with the wall. Nothing. Nothing. They were. I'm so disappointed in Madrid. Like from what I saw with Dortmund, the way they were playing against Barcelona, the way Aston Villa was, came back and give it to PSG. And Real Madrid, you're at home. You weren't able to do that against Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal is a better team defensively than a Dortmund and a PSG. I get it, but still, though, still, still, yeah, you guys just put your hands up and say, you know what? Congratulations, Arsenal. And now they're going to be facing PSG, who they've already won against, by the way, this season. But of course, it'll be difficult. It'll be interesting, different. I don't know how. I'm wondering. Do let me know in the chat, by the way, people. So for both of the legs, is Arsenal starting at home, or will the second leg be at home? Like, let me know. Let me know for both of them, by the way. Let me know your thoughts before we move on to the other game because, woof, child. I ain't gonna lie. This Champions League this season it's been good. With the new format, we've seen some interesting matchups and road to, the different. What should I say? I don't know. There's something I wanted to say, but I completely lost my train of thought. Either way, second leg at home, I think. Okay, I think PSG at home first because they got through first. You sure? Okay, missing Partey away is going to be a long difference. You know what? The fact that he was dumb. I don't know why he decided to do that. That was dumb very dumb from him. To get a yellow card for no reason, but Uh, Big up Tactical Devils. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you subscribe. Show some love. Hope you're doing well. Who's that blonde on screen looking nice? Sofia, thank you. Congrats on the Inter win. Hey, they're definitely a potential winner. Yes. Come on, Jarvis. Subscribe to Jarvis' channel. Fellow United supporter. Fellow Norwegian. Show him some love. Big up to you, Jarvis. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, guys, it's not really much else to say about Arsenal. I'm just itching and saying like I need to talk about the Inter Bayern game because we have stuff to talk about. Okay, so let's move on to that game. And at the end, I would love to hear your prediction, but I'm gonna do a dedicated preview for the semifinal because I need to update it. Obviously, I didn't predict Arsenal to go through. And but I did predict both. Technically, Arsenal is the only team I didn't predict to go through. Other than that, I'm pretty sure I predicted all of them to go through. Yeah, I did. I did. So we will do a dedicated preview for that once we get to it in the next few weeks. So Inter Bayern ended in 2-2. Aggregate we had 4-3. So I'm not gonna lie, Bayern should, you know what? Bayern, they should keep their head held up high because they definitely, in my opinion, they played well. First half, they were the better team, 100%. And even majority of maybe second half as well, I think they were the better team. Inter was defensively resolute, but I was annoyed, really annoyed by the goal that Kane scored. Wonderful goal. I'm not taking anything away from Harry Kane, okay? Because first half was boring, but it was a Bayern that just had the better chances, that kept creating. And Inter, I would say with Thuram, like he needs to everything he does up until often, like the goal scoring is good, but sometimes the final shot that he'd be lacking. He'd be doing a bit too much jinky like just boom, you know. But hey, we move either way. And Kane scored in the 51st minute. The marker should have done better. I hate when defenders just back up. Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna keep backing off. I'm gonna just give you room. Look here, right here. Here's you know. I'm just gonna give you it on a silver platter, and I'm gonna let you shoot. Literally, that's exactly what it felt like. Looking, DeMarco just backing up, like literally thinking, Broski, what are you doing? Poor, very poor, but deservedly so. Kane scored. 57 minute. Lautaro Martinez makes it 1-1. Great goal. To be fair, both of the goals that Inter scored from a corner. Funny man, set pieces, set pieces, Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say I wasn't happy about that. I'm pretty sure it was set up by DeMarco there. And hey, we move. And then 2 minutes later, Benjamin Pavard scores against his former team. The way he celebrated as well. Bring back when players celebrate against a former team. I'm kind of a bit tired about players be like, no, I'm not going to celebrate. Celebrate. Show a little bit of, where's your cojones? Celebrate. If you want to celebrate, go ahead, celebrate. Let's not fall. Come on. I need to see somebody do the other Bayard. Run all the way from, their side to the opposition side, depending on whether or not it's a home or away game. But just sliding, just doing like you just knee slide ahead, right in front of your former team. I need to see that. We need to bring that back. What happened with that? This day and age is too much. Oh, let me not celebrate. Let me not hurt the feelings. Oh, celebrate. Celebrate. Seriously. Rasmus says, I saw a bit of Inter Bayern match. Couldn't believe that guy Matteo Darmian still played. At some point when Lautaro got subbed off, he was wearing the captain's armband. By the way, people, Darmian's been playing for years. Remember United? Who's that? Us first, and then he went to Inter. Won 2 League Cups, won a couple of trophies. Still playing. It actually felt there was one moment where I was like, oh, damn, okay, Darmian. He's still doing his thing. I believe he's 30. Is he 35 now? Last time I checked, Darmian is 35. He'll be 36. 36, like that. Wow. Jarvis, aka Tactical Devil, says, I absolutely love Inzaghi's tactics. He's the best manager in the world in my eyes. A true master tactician. It's always a word I struggle with. The way he pushes Pavard and Bastoni forward while Barella and Canalonglu drop deep. I know. I was a bit disappointed. I just felt like we should have done a bit better. in my humble opinion. But when it comes to these type of games, it's a result that matters. You went through, you keep going. And I'm just happy that Inter got the job done at the end of the day. But I agree with you. Inzaghi definitely for me is one of the best indeed. I think he's brilliant. I feel like sometimes people there's might be a misconception. It's a lot of people be thinking Inter just maybe in a lot of ways they did today, but often it's not just about we're just gonna sit back, low block, not do anything. They still be playing some good, exciting football, and there were glimpses of today. I just expected to see a lot more, but at the same time, I also was saying this was going to be an intense game. It wouldn't be easy. I know that Bayern will be up for it, and 100% Bayern was up for it. They nearly got it. They had lots of moments, lots of opportunities where Inter could have, you know, gone into extra time with Bayern. It's beautiful to watch. I agree. 100%. Emerald Dart says Inter is no joke. I agree. Inter is no joke. And I think a lot of people be speaking about Barcelona, Arsenal, PSG. But guys, don't be sleeping on Inter. Inter is a force to be reckoned with. Okay? Not the semifinal here. It was only, 2 seasons ago where Inter reached the final. And if it wasn't for Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez, who didn't have the shooting boots on, 100% Inter would have won that final. And of course, the Rodri with the great, wonderful goal. And they won it. They won the treble at the end. Inter is still in contention to win a treble themselves. So I pray and hope. To be fair, don't really need, it doesn't have to be a treble. I'm just saying, I need the league, and I would love a Champions League as well. I would love it. It's been 15 years. I would love to see another Champions League for Inter. I would love it. I'm injecting it to my veins. Literally. Hakan Çalhanoğlu is so underrated. People need to speak more about this guy, because this guy, child. Rasmus says, yeah, I remember he was getting skinned for fun when playing for us, so seeing him surprised me. I know. But this was when Conte went to Inter, right? And then he brought Darmian, he brought Ashley Young, Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan still is playing. That's mad, right? And now he's at Napoli. Brought Lukaku. He also brought Lukaku from Man United to Inter, by the way, as well. Did he not? No, he did. So it's madness. So yeah, and also, of course, with McTominay to Napoli, Lukaku to Napoli. Hey, yeah. But that wasn't the only goals that we had for the night. We also, in the 75th minute, got to see Eric Dyer goal. Eric Dyer actually wasn't really that good in the majority of the game, by the way. He had early, I believe, second or yellow card early on, him and Kim and Jae. You were thinking, Inter, come on, go. And then he ends up scoring. Great goal in from a very difficult angle. Also off the line clearance where Inter should have scored. But he was there. And hey, he put a bit more fighting spirit into Bayern for sure. Because respectfully, Bayern had opportunities. And I was scared. And I was thinking, if they're about to fumble this, I'm gonna get pissed. If Inter fumbles this. Because it could happen, right? But just luckily, kept on, held on. I felt like with Bayern's substitutions, especially Gnabry, I thought he looked good when he came on. And Elise for the majority of the game, Elise is just Elise. I think at some point we will have to say Elise is world class. I say it now, but I'm letting you know they add a couple of more, because I feel bad for Bayern with the amount of injuries. When you didn't have Musiala, Alfonso Davis, Upamecano, right? But if you get a couple of more good signings, they could be a force to be reckoned with next season for sure. 100%. I hope, I still believe that they're going to win Bundesliga. You know, they're 6 points ahead of Leverkusen. Of course, it's not wraps at all, but I think, I think they can do it. I generally do think that they can do it, and I hope they do because I want to see Kane lift the trophy, and then next season, season after that, go win the Champions League, Kane. Go and do it. Go and do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tactical Devil says we were shouting for Frankie de Jong for years, but we should have just signed Çalhanoğlu as our deep line playmaker. Unfortunately, he's too old now. How old is Çalhanoğlu now? Yeah, we should have gotten him, right? He went for free as well from Milan to Inter, if I remember correctly. He's 31. His birthday is actually 2 days before me. He's 31. He'll be 32 next year. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed, but I think it's better for him to just stay at Inter. Maybe I don't know when his contract is running out, but whenever it is, keep him for a year or two. Barca will be tough. Yeah, but Barca will be tough. But from what I saw yesterday, and I believe that Inter, I need to double check that. Actually, let me literally double check because before we slowly wrap up the stream because it's a bit late here. I need to just see where is the different fixtures going to be. Let's see here. Champions League semifinal fixtures. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Yes. Okay. So, and this is, I think this would be right. First leg will be at Barca's ground. Second leg in the Spain at San Siro. Come on. Just make sure, defensively resolute, you can do it. You can do it. Dortmund showed you can get at him. You can get at him. Just make sure you don't get blammed and smacked 4-0 away from home in the first leg. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then boom, you win 2-1 at the end. Come on. And Arsenal, they are facing PSG at the Emirates. Second leg will be PSG away. Ooh, that's going to be difficult, but you never know. You never know. If they get the job done, and they will be like, we won again, we won before, we can do it again. But also, to be fair, this is a PSG that's very different to when they played them the first time, or the season. Very different. Yes, Rasmus, the Dyer signing was strange, but he was good today. That save block on the line was massive, exactly. Can't believe Bayern bought Dyer, and he's actually starting. He is in Bayern level. What Tuchel saw in him to buy him, what company sees in him to start him is beyond me. I hear it. I mean, what Liam from the Bayern you said when I had him on the preview ahead of, this game last week it was, and also on when I went to his channel for his match preview stream. He was saying, he wouldn't mind keeping Dyer, but more so as a squad player, not to have him start, because, there should be better options, but to be a squad player. And the more you think about it, okay, to be fair, he scored, and that goal line clearance, that block, the save was massive. Like Tactical Devil says here, it was very massive. So I'm not gonna, take that away from him. Once again, I put my hands up. Bayern showed up. Once again, you need to remember they had injuries on key players, but they never gave up. They never gave up. And that's all you would want, right? To not give up and to continue. And you just fell short at the end. That's what falling short really is example of. What like any of the other teams, basically all of the teams, bar except for Real Madrid, have done well even when getting knocked out, right? Villa put up a fight, Dortmund put up a fight, Bayern put up a fight, Real Madrid, weakest of them all. Nothing, nada. very poor. And I expected so much more from Real Madrid, but I saw nothing. And that is the disappointing part because I genuinely wanted them to go through. But you know what? It is what it is. And we move. I'm not going to sit here and be mad about that. I'm not. I'm actually not going to sit there and be mad about that. I'm going to be happy. Thank you very much. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you very much. But yeah, we're probably going to just end it here, guys. I appreciate it. Let me redirect you to Uncle Sharma. Big up to my broski, who's an Inter fan. So go ahead and show him some love. I'm just going to add that. Say it's Sofia's Football Talk Raid, you know what I'm saying? Show him some love. Let me see if I hope I can do it. Yep. There we go. Go ahead and raid him. Show him some love. Forza Inter. Tomorrow is the next headache. The Man United. Oh my God, guys, I'm scared. Hey, Abshir. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Ravi. Real Madrid this year is finished. No surprise to lose. Oh, yeah. I mean, imagine if they don't win. As things stands right now, it looks to be Barcelona's going to do it. And it's the El Clasico as well, the Copa del Rey final. Yeah, Madrid could have a stinker of a year, They got the double last season. They could have a stinker this season. This season could be peak. Imagine Ancelotti going. I would love to get an Ancelotti at Man United. I'm just saying, if Ari ends up leaving, then I wouldn't mind getting Ancelotti. I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't mind. But either way, guys, we're going to end it here. Like this video here on your way out. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do check out my preview earlier today when I did a stream in regards to Man United versus Lyon for my prediction, all of that good stuff. I'll, of course, be back after that game. And I beg you, United, please do not disappoint me. I beg you, United. Do not let our season be finished tomorrow. Please, I beg you. Oh, this stream will redirect you to Uncle Sharma's stream, so show him some love. And we're out. Bye-bye.